that you're talking about, we don't, if everybody was aligned with that, like I remember one time I was working at this company, one of the last like jobs that you go to an office that I had, and I brought 2 pieces of chicken to work for lunch, and were you smiling because I'm black and I was eating chicken? No, I'm messing with you. So one of these guys, I brought 2 pieces of chicken, and I was thinking in my mind, I was like, I only need 1 piece. And then somebody stole a piece. And then for a second, I was like mad. And then I was grateful because I only needed 1 piece.
Hey, that's
and that person was providing it.
This is so interesting. You just said this. I almost never buy chicken McNuggets, or today was nuggets because it wasn't at McDonald's. But today I bought nuggets, chicken nuggets, and they were 6 for 650 Swiss francs, which is $650, right? And she put in this large one. I was so happy. This was like twice the size, long one, and I was counting them, and I'm like, she's not gonna put 5 in there just because that one thing is long, and she did. And I was like, I counted I was so bad. I counted the chicken nuggets and you only put 5 in. And she said, yeah, but one was twice the size. And I'm like, it says 6 pieces, and this is typically Swiss, I guess, but then I let go, I could have gotten angry at this, but this would never happen in America. Like, it's so detailed. And even how can she even, and she was like the queen. Obviously it was twice the size, but still you buy 6 pieces. It was 1 piece. There was no doubt about this. And so interesting that you just talked about.
Can you for a second admit that you're being a little petty too?
Of course. It is what I'm admitting right now. And I'm glad I didn't pick up a fight about this. I just accepted it and I was grumbling inside. And
yes,
the final point is I only had 4 and I was so full that I offered the guy right to me, and the guy left to me the 2 last chicken nuggets, and because I couldn't eat them anymore, and they didn't want them, so I just ate them because I thought it would be a waste.
So going back to it, if everybody went about life like you just did, that would be fine. But some people some people like that, they might do violence, or they might go home and hit their children over something like that. And I'm not making this shit up.
Yes.
So you and I think that, like, for instance, in my lift, when I have anytime passenger comes in, I start with no rules. There's no rules in the car. So they can't break any rules.
Yeah. This is good.
When they don't break any rules, because they don't break any rules, there's no, they don't feel it's taken in subconsciously. There's no feeling about breaking rules. One of my things that might be a rule is that I feel that when they're in my car, they're more important than my car is.
Maybe this.
So if they open, go ahead.
Maybe this is the lesson of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, to show us if you put just one rule, hell is gonna break loose. Don't eat of that tree of knowledge of good and evil. And of course it's a picture for the cross, but I did the same thing here in my apartment. I put that one rule: there is no smoking in the house, and all hell broke loose because of it. So I was wondering, like if maybe the teaching is to not have rules and just trust the act of love, and of course communication.
I think it's and I don't know, when you say all hell broke loose, that's probably hard for me to get my mind around that, because there's more rules that are under the surface for that than hell broke loose. Because as much as I don't like people smoking in my space, all hell broke loose sounds like a serious projection.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it didn't come out of me. I'm just saying, like, it happened. Yeah.
But in order to have a culture, in order to have people, you have to have a certain, you have to have some rules. I'm not a rule dude.
Yeah, same.
But you have to have.
I'm just wondering. I'm not saying that I don't have the answer, basically. I don't know to what extent the rules are helping us or destroying us. One thing is for sure, they need to be flexible and dynamic and communicate. If they stifle or they put out communication, which rules often do, then they're bad. They're not good.
My dad was a really good dude. Rest in peace. And he came from very strong order in the being a doctor and being from the military. Very strong order for it. He had a bunch of rules that weren't written down and clear. And it was really fucking confusing. That's why I'm able to walk into a room, whether it's the same place every day, I'm able to walk into a room and see what the organic rules are for that moment. And I think that's the important thing.
Okay, let's finish on that point.
Okay. So I would, if I were in the space, opposed to there's no smoking, because there's part of us that once you make it fun. When you create that rule, you make it fun, because you probably attract a lot of people that have issues with authority. So all of a sudden that rule, you made it fun to break. But if your rule is health, wealth, and happiness, and then making sure that everybody is feeling healthy, wealthy, and happy in this space.
Yes.
Then if they agree to that one and continue to agree to that when they're doing it, then the smoking outside makes more sense.
I'll try.
But it makes it this, it's like a desire, like me as a smart ass.
Yeah. Every rule he wants to be broken. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it exciting to just like look at somebody and just know that I could just say this. Then they'll just snap. I don't have any desire to smoke, but all of a sudden I want to smoke at your house. I may be smoking 2 packs a day from no cigarettes, all of a sudden 2 packs a day in the house. Like for some reason I won't feel like smoking anywhere else, but I'll be smoking 2 packs a day in the house.
Yeah, it's the don't think of a pink elephant dynamic. Yeah.
And especially, I mean, in Europe, I mean, that would be easier to get away with in America. In Europe, that's very challenging. And it seems like a simple, doable rule, but sometimes, like, when you just do that, and then all of a sudden you're creating there's a lot of rules that if this happens, I'm gonna get upset. If this happens, I'm going to talk about their mom. If this happens, there's lots of rules that were under the surface. You're just talking about the tip of the iceberg, but there's lots of different things. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't have any rules about my doors and everything. Because when somebody opens my door and it hits a curb or whatever the situation, I don't get mad, because I want them to feel comfortable in the car. I don't want it to add stress to me thinking about that.
Yeah.
I have this chair. When people open it, it comes down really hard. It'll break a kid's arm. So when people come to my car, and it's a little stressful for me, because a lot of times people won't listen. I was like, okay, put your kid behind you. Don't put your kid right there, because the kid could easily put his hand up there, have its thumb up, and it will fucking scream, screech that I don't want to fucking hear, and there'll be a lot of fucking trauma around. So yeah. I'm just like, back up. But a lot of times they're hearing, oh, this guy is telling me how to be a parent. And then when I see the chair come down really fucking hard, then they're like, oh, I understand.
Yeah. This happens also.
So that's the thing. So I call them laws, but make our laws clear. I say don't have any more than 3,
And explain
and
why.
and also when we create the law of health, wealth, and happiness, when somebody breaks one of our rules, then we have to align with health, wealth, and happiness. And I just took that from something else. That's not one I would necessarily do. But when we create the world health, wealth, and happiness, and then all of a sudden somebody breaks one of the rules, I got to line. Like somebody was hanging a hot dog out of the side of the back window on Saturday night. And I got 8 men in my car. My car fits 6 normal sized people. I had 8 extra, 7 including me. So I had 9 people in my car that I let these guys come. And this guy has his arm fully out the window with a hot dog in there, and he's trying to give the hot dog to anybody. Then we're driving on the freeway and he drops it. He broke a rule of mine. And then he told me to roll up the window because the back one doesn't work for them, but it works for me. And then he keeps on pushing the button and saying this window doesn't work. I should get my money back. But I'm not talking, but I'm like want to argue with him. But my goal, that's not the goal. I'm saying, oh, this is an opportunity. I mean, in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is an opportunity for growth. I'm being tested. I'm gonna keep my cool.
Yes.
And at the end of the ride, this guy's profusely thanking me. He's like, "Oh, dude, you're so awesome. I love you. I love your hair." Like everything at the end. And I was like, I'm glad I didn't pull over and kill this dude. When ultimately, I think this guy would have been able to take me, and he had 8 friends. so I didn't. But that's not why I didn't do that, because I want to. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was breaking little rules I've imagined and made up in my world. So you think it's just like that simple thing, but you have a lot of beliefs that they're breaking those beliefs, and your world is crumbling, and then that's when hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I am hungry. I want to eat some potatoes.
Yes, that's what the global sandwich is all about, making you hungry for life.
I'm hungry for life. Good.
Have a good one.
So I don't know about next week because I told you, but
just stop the recording first.
Yes,